In other words, he had his religious trial. Notice Matthew chapter 26 and verse 57. Matthew 26 and verse 57. And those who had laid hold of Jesus led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were what? Were assembled. Let me ask you, was his trial a religious trial or was his trial a political trial? His trial, first of all, was a religious trial. And by the way, it was a travesty in justice. Let me mention some of the things that they did which were against Jewish law. Number one, they employed false witnesses. That was forbidden by Jewish law. They had a trial at night. That was forbidden by Jewish law. They slapped Jesus before they pronounced the sentence against him. That was a violation of Jewish law. He had right to counsel. They did not give him the right to counsel. That was a violation of Jewish law. They made him self-incriminate himself. That was a violation of Jewish law. In fact, the trial, according to Jewish law, had to be public, and they made it private. And furthermore, it was forbidden by Jewish law to have any trial or any sentencings on Friday, Saturday, or a feast day. And they violated that. In other words, it was a travesty in justice. What the Sanhedrin, what the church did when Jesus was taken before the religious leaders. Now let's notice a little bit about this trial. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 59. 26 verse 59. Now the chief priests, by the way, another regulation of the Jews was that they had to have impartial judges. Notice what it says here. Now the chief priests, the elders, and all the council sought false testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. Even though many false witnesses came forward, they found none. But at last 2 witnesses came forward and said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it up in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said to him, do you answer nothing? See, that what they're doing is an inquisition, aren't they? I know that we're probably not used to using that word in this context, but they're doing an inquiry. That's what the word inquisition means. Notice verse 62. And the high priest arose and said to him, do you answer nothing? What is it these men testify against you? But Jesus kept silent. And the high priest answered and said to him, I put you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God. Jesus said to him, it is as you said. Nevertheless, I say to you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming on the clouds of heaven. And when Jesus said those words, immediately they pronounced the death sentence. Let me ask you, who pronounced the death sentence? Was it the civil power or was it the religious power? It was the religious power. The Inquisition was made in the church governing body. And the sentence of death was dictated in the church governing body. I want you to remember these details because we're going to come back to them when we talk about the beast and when we talk about the land beast.